Hello everybody, I'm Undertree and I'm going to be casting a 1v1 between Grubby and DarkForce. This is game 2 of the best of 7 series that I began casting. This is my very first casting series ever, and you can probably tell because I'm not that good. So a lot of times I don't have much to say, and I'm thinking. Currently DarkForce is leading the series 1-0. If you haven't watched the first video, then go do that. I need views, considering I will have none for a very long time, if I ever have any. More or less, I'm doing this because I play a lot of Starcraft. I mean, I'm coding at home, and I just play a lot of Starcraft. Play all the time, non-stop. And, you know, I was like, well, you know, there's a huge Starcraft community, and instead of being a leech, I should be a provider. And I'm such a huge fan of the game and of the players, so I'm going to do that. I'm also on the road to becoming Diamond, so I figured what better way to get advice than from people who love to play StarCraft too. That's just true fact. I mean, you need advice from players, and you need to learn about new build orders, new strategies. I do a live stream, and if I get any viewers at all, I'll post a link to that. I wouldn't mind having some people watch that live stream because it feels kind of lonely talking to myself. You know? Yeah, guys, isn't this great? No viewers. Oh, man, look at this great build I just did. No viewers. Man. Anyway, back to the game. DarkForce opening with an extractor and a spawning pool. We saw him do that in the first game. It's been his standard so far. And the standard, you know, assimilator, probably 13 to gateway. I'm curious as to what exactly Grubby will lead in with this time, trying to recuperate after that last loss. DarkForce does not seem to be saving yet for his spawning pool, or for his hatchery, sorry, my bad. His mighty count is starting to go higher, ever reaching that point where 300, he will lay down that hatchery, but I think as he went last time, he's going to be getting the metabolic boost first. That's why he went extractor first, spawning pool second. And that is exactly what he does? No? Yeah? Yes! Alright, I'm right. It's a little later than I thought it'd be. Maybe he went queen first. Who knows? This drone is chilling. He is getting away with the free scout. But lucky for Grubby, he has not yet placed down his tech building. However, this second gas may reveal some sort of play. But more or less stalkers and potentially Immortal Colossus to counter the Zergling Roach Hydra that Grubby has, or DarkForce has favored so far in this series. Pulled all of his drones off of gas, meaning he will probably be producing Zerglings and drones for the near future, trying to get all the minerals that he possibly can. What else do we got going on here? This zealot is precariously blocking the entrance, but that drone is going to get a free ride away. Grubby has been very, very sentry focused in the last game, and the game that's next, he will as well. But that's a spoiler alert. Shh. Anyway, hatch going down. Finally, it's like a 20-something hatch. That hatch is so late for DarkForce every time. There's a Spinishua style is to get no gas at all and just drone up and hatch right away, and scout very well to know when your opponent decides he wants to move out. Stargate for Grubby. This is how he is going to come back to make his way. He's hoping that his opponent does not know, and does he know? Is that 2? No, 3. Two. Grubby, no, 1. He does not know about the Stargate. DarkForce is unaware. He is totally in the dark as to what is going on with that Stargate, and he has a Void Ray on the way. But there are queens here and here, and he is not. He is producing another queen, so I don't think that this Void Ray harass is going to be very effective. Void Rays are always a nice little addition to the party of Protoss units. Which is good, because he's been going gateway every time and getting rocked by those Hydras. But I don't think that Void Ray is any better against the Hydra. But Roach is good against Roach. See, this I don't like. Using a Void Ray for overload hunting, it's a little bit of an overkill. I mean, sure, yeah, now the other guy needs to produce one more Overlord, but what is that to the guy who has, you know, 27 drones and isn't making any attacking units? Now he's outright. But with 2 queens, I mean, to give away that Void Ray is like, I don't even know, like spoiling Christmas. Like, the guy's like, oh, now I'm not so shocked about what tech path you went, and I know that you're not going to have many ground units, so in come my billion bajillion Zerglings. I'm going to pick off your Nexus if I get the chance. And he's just running around, you know, trying to get an opening, trying to get these sentries out of position. But Grubby, being the pro player that he is, he's going to be guarding that very well. Meanwhile, this Void Ray is making his way across the map to his opponent's base. Grubby is not continuing production out of this Stargate. Instead, he is laying down 2 more gates. And I have a feeling we're going to see... See, here we go. Oh, I don't know why he didn't just run in. I thought he was going to make it in. I'm almost positive we're going to be seeing some Roach play, because that is why he is getting this missile attack, level 1 upgrade. And DarkForce always on top of his upgrades, man. That is one thing that a lot of players, especially at low levels, I would know, tend to do a lot. They tend to get very behind on their upgrades. Perfect sentry place, perfect force field placement of the sentries. You can tell Grubby does this a lot. Moving towards the center of the map, trying to take some ground. Lays on a proxy pylon and another pylon. And another pylon. Man, he is determined to put down pylons. There is nothing stopping Grubby today, except for these roaches and Zerglings. Perfect force fields, but those Zerglings are in there picking apart the army slowly, very, very slowly. Queens and, you know what, Grubby fared pretty well. Unit loss counting station shows that the Protoss has lost more, but the army that it currently has is better for this. Production, 6 roaches, 6 Zerglings, but I feel too many of them may come over here. These roaches are doing a good job of fending off these sentries, and without being able to block those reinforcing units, I don't think that Grubby's going to stand much of a chance here. And there they come in. Grubby has a little late on the force field placement. He's going to have to back off. I don't see him winning this. Not this battle, anyway. Maybe the war, but not the battle. Still fighting. Am I missing anything? Nope. This is just the battle going on here. And what is he producing? All roaches, 5 more roaches, but these, I don't know what he's trying to do with these stalkers. He needs to reinforce. He is not reinforcing. Can his gateways even produce more units, or is he out of production? As the last sentry goes down, there we go, more units. That's it. The roaches have the pylon, and they're forcing the backing up of the opposing roaches. And Grubby has GG'd sporadically. I don't know how that, you know, brings in a GG, but Grubby must feel that that was a little too much for him to handle, so he GG's out quickly. That was a shorter game, and you know, well played by DarkForce, making the units he needed when he needed them, and that's pretty much it. So I am under a tree, and I will see you guys next time. Not to be quoting Husky, but see you guys next time.